this is Munson with Munson Music, and we're going to talk about how you could strum through a song called What Now by Rihanna. And we ended up capoing this on 4th fret and then later on 5th fret to kind of match the recording. We're going to start out with kind of walking through a lot of things in root position. And we're going to start on an E minor chord. And when we play E minor, first finger goes to the A string on the 2nd fret, second finger on the D string on the 2nd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds an E minor chord, and it sounds really, really sad. Now you may want to think about adding a couple more fingers to that and putting the 3rd finger on the B string 3rd fret, pinky on the high E string 3rd fret, and that's called E minor 7, and it sounds really, really sad. So you may want to think about using that for your E minor. And then from the E minor, we're going to go to our G major chord in our intro and our verses. When we play G major, first finger goes to the A on the 2nd fret, second finger on the low E string on the 3rd fret, and 3rd finger on the high E string on the 3rd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a G major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. Now another G you may want to think about through the song would be doing 3rd finger on the B string 3rd fret, pinky on the high E string 3rd fret, and if you strum all those together, that sounds another G major. So you may want to think about using that voicing, or that order of the chords. And then from there we'll be going to a D major chord. When we play D major, first finger goes to the G string on the 2nd fret, second finger on the high E string on the 2nd fret, the 3rd finger on the B string on the 3rd fret, and if you strum the D string to the high E string, that sounds a D major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. Now through the song, you'll kind of hear where they do something called D sus, where if you take the pinky and kind of add him in on the high E on the 3rd fret, and you may want to kind of play around with that for your Ds, or you can even take the regular D major and lift off the 2nd finger, which is always a dangerous finger to lift, and that's called D sus too. So while you're on the D chords, you may want to think about kind of adding in those notes and kind of subtracting them. Now a lot of times with a song like this though, to make it more interesting, I like adding something called a strum pattern. And this particular song is in what's called 6/8 time, where you can kind of tap your foot 6 times for all the chord changes. And one of my favorite strum patterns for a 6/8 like this is down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. So we took the E minor and just tried a lot. You have down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, try that through our intro progression. We'd have E minor, G, E minor, G, D. Now there are also some really cool licks through that intro where you could play open G, 3rd on the B, open G twice, and then 3rd on the B, and then open G. And then you can go to 2nd fret on the G string and kind of do 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 2, and then you can kind of keep that idea going kind of between the B string and the G string. So, and you could even add in bass notes to this and have the open E with that O, 3, O, O, 3, O, and then the low E on the 3rd for that 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 2, and then open D for the 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 2, and I'm kind of doing that hybrid picking, so I'm kind of using my pick for my basses, kind of using my fingers to play the other notes of the lick. So that might be something you might want to kind of think about as kind of an intro lick too. And then from there, then we're going to be repeating that until we get to our chorus part. And our chorus starts on D, and then we go to our E minor chord, and then we go to our C major chord, and then we do another C major. So we tried our chorus with our strum pattern. We have D, E minor, until we get to our bridge part. On our bridge, we start on the E minor and the G and the D, just like our verses. But then we go back to E minor and then a G, and then we go to D, and then we go to a B minor chord. You may want to do this as a bar, and you bar 2nd fret, 2nd finger on the B string on the 3rd fret, 3rd finger on the D string 4th fret, and the pinky on the G string 4th fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a B minor chord. It sounds really, really sad. Now another B minor you might want to think about too would be doing 1st finger on the A string 2nd fret, 2nd finger on the G string 2nd fret, 3rd finger on the B string 3rd fret, and the pinky on the high E string 3rd fret. And that sounds something called B minor 7. Alright, so you're kind of adding a G note to that. So B minor 13. But anyway, so you may want to kind of play around with that voicing for the B minor. And then we go back to our E minor, back to our G, back to D major, and then another D major, and then we go go back to E minor, and then G, but then we go to an A major chord. We play A major. First finger goes to the D on the 2nd fret, second finger on the G string 2nd fret, the third finger on the B string 2nd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds an A major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. And right at the end, you'll kind of hear this little bass run where you go from 2nd fret on the A string to 4th fret on the A string. And you could kind of back that up with a B minor chord. And then we could do an A major for that 2nd chord, or you could even kind of do the A as kind of a bar with the 1st finger, and then take the 3rd or the 4th finger to get in that A string on the 4th fret as kind of a C sharp bass. It's called A/C sharp if you're doing an A chord with the C sharp with the bass. So on the bridge part too, you may want to think about kind of doing some arpeggios where you kind of break up the chord different ways, and kind of working it that way is kind of almost like little arpeggios or like little pieces of the chords. So E minor, G, D, E minor, and we kind of have this build up on the E minor, G, D, D. So you want to just do downs for that. E minor, sharp, and then we'd be going back into our chorus part. Now the weird part is to play along with Rihanna though, instead of starting on an E minor chord, she's actually starting on a G sharp minor chord. So to play along with the recording, what you want to do is take a capo and put it on 4th fret, and now your E minor is really a G sharp minor, your G major is really a B major chord, your D major is really F sharp major, and when we get to it, the C major is really an E major chord, and the B minor is really a D sharp minor chord, and your A major is really a C sharp major chord. But to take it from the very, very beginning, you may want to kind of work those intro licks kind of with the basses, kind of to start off the tune. And people be like, "What now, man? Wow, I didn't even know anybody knew that song. I love that song. I hope they do a great job covering it." So that might be kind of a cool way to kind of kick off the tune. Or you could just strum through that part, and you have E minor, D, E minor. We can mix up the strum pattern. As long as you're good. And then from that intro, then we go into our first verse, which is that same progression. So we got E minor, G, D. Chorus part. So we have our D, E minor, C, C, D, E minor, C, C, D. And often on the E minor, you'll hear this cool little bass run where you want to play the low E string on the open, and then 2, and then 3rd fret on the low E string. It's kind of a bass run, like E minor, down, 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 2, 3, and then we have our C, D, E minor. Kind of have that big C push at the end of that first chorus, and then from there, then we'll be going back into our verse. Now, a lot of times with a song like this too, something else that I like to add to it is bass notes. And a lot of times on that first down of the down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, you can throw in a bass note before the chord. So on the E minor, you'd have the low E string for the bass. On the G, you'd have the low E string for the bass. On the D, you'd have the D string for the bass. On the C, you'd have the A string for the bass. And then when we get to it on the B minor, you'd have the A string for the bass. And on the A major, you'd have the A string for the bass. And if you're doing the A/C sharp, you'd have the A string for the bass. So we tried that next verse with bass notes. We have E minor with the bass, D, D, D bass, D bass, E minor, G, D, E minor, G, you could kind of work those arpeggio ideas, kind of breaking up the chords. So I'm just playing individual notes of the chords, so you may want to kind of start it with your bass note and then kind of fill it in. And then we got our B minor, G, and then it's kind of that push. Back in on bass, G with low E bass, G with an A bass, B minor with an A bass, C sharp with an A bass. So you may want to kind of play around with that, kind of working that push, or you can do the B minor just to the A. And then from there, then we'll be going into our chorus part. So we back on the D, B minor. Take all these ideas and kind of mix them up too. Kind of working the down, down, up, so you can mix it up too. If you know some licks around those chords, that can be very cool too. B minor, and then we kind of have another big push on that last C of the chorus, and then we modulate to a different key, which means we have to move the capo. So you take the capo from 4th fret, and we're going to move them to 5th fret. And now, all of a sudden, your D is really a G major chord, your E minor is really an A minor chord, your C is really an F major chord, and your G major, if we're going to play it, because it's just the last chorus, would really be a C major chord. So we take it through that last part, we kind of come back in on our D, E minor, C, But that's the basics of how you can strum through What Now by Rihanna. So good luck!